On the third morning, without sugar, you will cry. Not because you're sad, not because something happened. You will cry because your body is grieving something it never asked your permission to need. And that single moment, standing in your kitchen at 7 a.m. with tears running down your face over nothing, will teach you more about what you've been eating than any nutrition label ever could. But let's go back. Let's start at the beginning, the part where you still think this is just about willpower. Day one feels almost exciting. You clean out the pantry, you toss the granola bars, the flavored yogurt, the jar of honey you swore was natural so it doesn't count. You fill your counter with eggs, avocados, and almonds. You drink black coffee for the first time and convince yourself it tastes fine. It doesn't. It tastes like discipline, and right now, discipline tastes like identity. You post about it. You tell a friend. You feel clean. You feel in control. And that feeling, remember it. Because it's the last time this week you'll feel sure of anything. By 3 p.m. on day one, something shifts. It's not hunger. You've eaten. It's a hollow ringing in the back of your skull. A dull pull behind your eyes, like your brain is reaching for a lever that's no longer there. The average American consumes 73 grams of added sugar per day. That's 17 teaspoons. Your brain has been receiving that hit, that dopamine pulse, every few hours since before you could read. And now, in one afternoon, you've severed the line. Your neurochemistry doesn't admire your ambition. It panics. You reach for a banana. It helps for 11 minutes. Day two is where the fog rolls in. You wake up slower than usual. Your thoughts feel like they're arriving through wet cotton. Words come late. Decisions feel heavier than they should. Choosing what to wear takes longer. Answering a simple text takes effort. This isn't fatigue the way you've known fatigue. This is your prefrontal cortex, the planning, deciding, prioritizing part of your brain, recalibrating in real time. Sugar doesn't just feed your body, it feeds a reward prediction loop. Every time you ate something sweet, your brain released dopamine, not just for the taste, but in anticipation of the taste. That anticipation is now misfiring. Your brain keeps reaching, the shelf is empty, and so you sit in a kind of cognitive silence that feels uncomfortably loud. You don't post about day two. There's nothing aspirational about staring at a wall. Day three, the morning you didn't see coming. You wake up with a headache lodged between your temples like a thumbprint pressed into clay. You're not sick. You're withdrawing. Actual, measurable, physiological withdrawal, the same neurological pattern observed in studies on people stepping off mild opioids. Your body temperature might even dip slightly. Your hands might feel cold. And somewhere around your second glass of water, standing in the kitchen with morning light on the counter, it hits, not a thought, a wave, an emotion with no name and no origin. Your eyes sting, your throat tightens, and you cry, not for long. Maybe 30 seconds. But those 30 seconds break something open in your chest you didn't know was sealed shut. Here's what nobody tells you about sugar. It's not just a craving, it's a coping architecture. Every time you felt anxious and reached for chocolate. Every time a hard day ended with ice cream on the couch. Every stressful phone call followed by a cookie from the break room jar. Sugar wasn't just food, it was your emotional floor and the thing that caught you. And now, with the floor pulled away, you're free-falling through feelings you've been sweetening into silence for years. Day three is not about sugar. Day three is about everything sugar was hiding. Day four surprises you. The headache thins. Your sleep the night before was strange, deeper, almost heavy. And you wake up feeling like your body has been scrubbed from the inside. Your tongue tastes different, not metaphorically, literally. Your taste receptors, no longer blunted by sucrose overload, begin resensitizing. You bite into a red bell pepper, and it tastes impossibly sweet. An apple becomes almost overwhelming. This is your original palate, the one you were born with, the one that was buried under years of engineered flavor. Food scientists design processed products to hit a bliss point, the precise sugar concentration that maximizes craving without triggering sensory satiation. You've been living above that line so long, you forgot what below it felt like. You eat a handful of roasted almonds and for the first time actually taste them. earthy, warm, faintly bitter in a way that feels honest. You sit with that word, honest, and realize how strange it is to use it about food. Day 5 brings a quieter revelation. Your energy doesn't spike anymore. It doesn't crash, it hums. A low, steady current that carries you from morning to late afternoon without the usual 2 p.m. collapse. You don't reach for caffeine. You don't reach for anything. You just continue. And in that continuity, you notice something else. Your anxiety has softened, not disappeared, softened. The edges aren't as sharp, the internal narrator isn't as loud. Emerging research from the University of Kansas links high sugar intake with increased inflammatory markers that cross the blood-brain barrier and amplify symptoms of depression and anxiety. You're not imagining the calm. Your inflammation is literally dropping. Your brain is quieter because the fire inside it is cooling. You start to wonder how much of your personality was just inflammation. Day 6 is when the real test arrives. You go to dinner with friends. The bread basket comes first. Then dessert menus. Someone orders tiramisu and it lands on the table like a dare, inches from your hand. You can smell the cocoa, the mascarpone, the espresso-soaked ladyfingers. Your mouth waters. Not from hunger, from memory. Every cell in your body remembers what that first bite feels like. The soft collapse of sugar on your tongue, the instant warmth in your chest, the way the world briefly narrows to just this moment and this taste. You don't take it, but you want to. You want to so badly, your fingers press into your thigh under the table. And here's the part that confuses you. You're not sure if resisting makes you strong or just afraid. Is discipline freedom? Or is it just another cage with a better reputation? You drive home in silence, turning that question over like a stone in your hand. Day 7, the final morning. You stand in the same kitchen where you cried 4 days ago. Same light, same counter. But the person standing there has shifted in a way you can't fully explain. You've lost no dramatic weight. Your skin looks slightly clearer, maybe. The real change is internal, invisible, almost inconvenient. Because now you know. You know that the 3 p.m. slump wasn't laziness. You know that the nighttime cravings weren't weakness. You know that the emotional numbness you'd normalized wasn't peace. It was suppression with a sweet coating. And you can't unknow it. That's the cost of this week. Not the headaches, not the tears. The cost is awareness, because tomorrow, when someone offers you a donut, you won't just see a donut anymore. You'll see the entire architecture of comfort, avoidance, and chemical dependency stacked inside a ring of glazed dough. And you'll have to choose, not between health and pleasure, but between knowing and pretending you don't. That's the choice sugar was always protecting you from. Some cages taste so sweet you never check for a door. And maybe that's what this was really about all along, not becoming perfect, not proving you're stronger than everyone else. Just seeing clearly for once. Seeing what your body has been asking for beneath the noise, beneath the habits, beneath the comfort, dressed up as reward. If this made you think differently about your own cravings, your routines, or the hidden ways food shapes emotion, subscribe and stay with me for the next one. We're going deeper into the psychology of the things we call normal. Until then, pay attention to the patterns you usually ignore. They may be telling you the truth long before words ever do. Thanks for watching.